Hello, beautiful people. Mic check, mic check. How's it going? It's been a while since we've had a goal, so we've got a goal tonight. Thank you, Demetrius. I am so tired and also really cold. I am so tired. Daylight savings is a fucking scam, y'all. It is a scam, and it is a struggle here. Child, it is a struggle here. Because if you told me it was 9 o'clock at night, I would believe you. 1000%, I would believe you. I'd be like, yep, it sure is. Just a couple hours away from bedtime, but I am fighting. Fighting. Okay, fighting. Thank you, A Brown. Get that party started. I appreciate you. I'm just like, okay. And I've got a lot of stuff that I need to do this evening too. So it's not like I can just, say F it, tuck in. That's not what's about to happen. So we here trying to get our second wind. Thank you. Appreciate it. It sucks so bad. It sucks so bad. And it feels like, oh, just because of everything that is going on, that it is definitely taking longer to adjust. Yeah. So and it was in my half days, just kind of scrolling on the internet that I saw the Diddy Docuseries is gonna be here quickly. It's gonna be here quickly. I'm really surprised at the quick turnaround. I think it's strategic. I think the turnaround on announcing it today and having it drop is next week, right? Let me check. I think it drops on the second. It's a very quick turnaround. Um, don't catch me lying. Yeah, a week. I believe it is a week. Um, from today. I think that was strategic to not say anything until a week before it drops. But my eyes went from half closed to wide awake when I saw a very short, like 10-second, 15-second teaser trailer for a 4-part docuseries produced by 50 Cent on Sean Combs. How y'all doing this evening, or this morning, or this afternoon, depending on where you are? Hit the like button, share the live. I hope that you are doing well. A shout out to everybody who is watching. Shout out to all the supporters here in all the places, and shout out to all the members. Yeah, twice a day. And I was really, before I saw that come across my timeline, there was only about a 25% chance that I was going to come back. But I said, "Nope, let me go ahead, come back. It'll help me, warm up and wake up, and we can talk about the thing and whatever other things there are." I'm so tired of the word reckoning because it's just being used so much this year. It is being used so much this year, even in my own writing. I am there's nothing faster than, thinking of the word reckoning while writing something that will make me reach for the thesaurus. I'm just like, "No, I don't wanna use it." Sometimes it's unavoidable, and it's just the most appropriate word, but it should be, um, banned. It should be a banned word. Exposition real quick. It's terrible news. That's terrible news. Oh, boy. Okay, well, anyway, moving on. Yeah, we haven't talked about this potential docuseries for some time. And we were talking about, at the time that he was convicted and sentencing and all of that. Is it even real? There was reporting that it had been sold to Netflix, but we were like, is it really real? Is it ever going to come out? How did the verdict change whether or not it is or is not going to come out? But it is coming out. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. A reckoning, unprecedented, and once in a lifetime all need to get tossed. Add accountability to the banned words list. Now, this is the truth right here. Netflix will air any fucking thing. I mean, I can't stand 50 shillings. As the chat knows, I can't stand 50 shillings. It's probably longer than 4 hours. If it's a 4-part series, it's probably longer than 4 hours because why would you have 4? I mean, I guess they do that, 4 1 hours, but I would anticipate that each episode is probably longer than an hour. I don't know. I don't know. Let me, I just accidentally, in my befuddled state of receiving very sad news, um, close the link. Yeah, it premieres on December 2nd. So that's 1 week. Oh god, I'm not signing up for your stupid thing. This according to Variety. Sean Combs' The Reckoning will premiere on December 2. You can't continue to keep hurting people and nothing ever happens, Mark Curry is heard saying in a short teaser for the series. It's just a matter of time. 50 Cent, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, and Combs have long been rivals, blah, blah, blah. Per the official synopsis, the series is, quote, a staggering examination of the media mogul, music legend, and convicted offender. Born with an insatiable drive for stardom and a knack for spotting talent, Combs made a quick ascent through the ranks of the music industry with Bad Boy Entertainment and was crucial in bringing hip hop to the pop masses and launching the careers of dozens of generation defining artists like the notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, and Diddy Kane. But along the way, and as detailed by his former associates, childhood friends, artists, and employees, something darker began to color his ambitions. Through explosive, never before seen materials, including exclusive interviews with those formerly in his orbit, this documentary tells the story of a powerful, enterprising man and the gilded empire he built and the underworld that lay just beneath the surface. And yes, it is 4 hour long episodes, 4 1 hour long episodes. So, the 1 week announcement strategy, in my opinion, and the reason why all of this is popping up 1 week before it actually comes out is to, I mean, I am correct, right? You didn't hear about this before today, right? Because everything that I'm looking at says, and the trailer was posted today. So everything that I'm looking at says it was announced today. The trailer dropped today. It's coming out in a week. So that's what we're going with. I'm guessing a lot of people. I'm guessing a lot of people. Um, it would be much more interesting. Who knows? Maybe he's in this. Okay, right. So today is the official announcement 1 week before it comes out. And I'm guessing that they did that to uh in anticipation that Diddy might be tempted to send his lawyers to court. Right. Or that Diddy's lawyers are going to contact Netflix and threaten them with a lawsuit. And he's really only got 4 days, right, to affect something. Wednesday, Friday, Monday. 3 days. Thursday's a holiday. So Wednesday, Friday, Monday. It debuts on Tuesday. There's no time for a serious legal challenge to prevent it from airing. Yeah, I'm fully aware. That was the working title that he was shopping around. Yes, that was the working title according to him that he was shopping around. But the actual title is The Reckoning. And I would imagine that you can sue anybody. Of course you can. They can go to court and try and get an emergency injunction to prevent it from coming out. They can come up with some wild legal theory for why it shouldn't come out. Sure they can. They could try a whole host of things, but definitely calling and threatening to sue, definitely. Definitely. I think that's the easiest thing to predict would be Diddy's lawyers contacting Netflix and saying, "We're gonna sue." The most drastic thing that they could try would be to go to court and file for an emergency injunction and try and come up with some reason of why it shouldn't come out. I can't think of one, right? I can't think of one. It's not like he's in trial now. He's not in trial now. So you can't say that it's prejudicial. It doesn't have any sway on the appeal. That's not something that's decided by a jury, that's decided by judges. They don't give a shit about what's in the documentary. They care about whether or not there was a procedural error during the trial sufficient enough to change the outcome of the trial. So, but not really having, you know, a legal reason that will get you a win, that's not a reason for lawyers to not do something. Right? That's not a reason for lawyers to not do something. They're hired to do something, come up with something, figure something out, do something, and they'll figure something out. But at the very least, saying we're going to sue you for defamation of character, and our client was not found guilty of this, that, and the other, so there better not be anything in there that you better not be proffering any fault. They'll do all of that. They'll do all of that. It won't matter. Netflix has clearly made up its mind. It's coming out. And they don't have any real time to do anything about it. They don't really have any legal leg to stand on to stop it from coming out. And that's that on that. It's coming out. No, because they don't know what's in it, right? They haven't seen it. They don't know what's in it. So they can't say that it will cause him to be unsafe in jail. Why would it cause him to be unsafe in jail? Are children involved? Right. So that's irrelevant. Quadruple checked. Quadruple checked. And I also feel pretty confident that it was probably filmed. I feel pretty confident that it's probably gone through more than one edit from the time that it was filmed and packaged for sale and to what it is that we are going to see. Because this was in the works long before he was found guilty. And so I'm sure Netflix probably had some notes. Because I'm pretty sure the original rumors around this was that it was like a 6 to 8 part series and, going to be extremely lengthy. 4-part, 4 hours is not very long in the scheme of things. Surviving R. Kelly was definitely longer. The Bill Cosby doc I'm pretty sure that was longer too. So 4 1 hours is not a lot in the grand scheme of things. You get more out of a single murder in true crime. So, and 50 Shillings production company is not the only one that was involved in this. There were 3 other production companies that were involved as well. So, I'm sure that they get received heavy notes on what was gonna have to happen. I'm sure when they bought it, that it was very clear that the final edit could change depending on, ever evolving, emerging, all of that. Speak for yourself. I ain't checking for that man. I ain't checking for that man. I don't think about him, had completely put him out of my mind. I was very surprised when I saw that scroll across my timeline because I had forgotten all about there's gonna be, there's allegedly a documentary series floating out there about this entire thing. I had forgotten all about it. All about it. Oh, okay. So, we don't want it, but we're gonna get it, just like Rush Hour 4. So, we talked about this in the live earlier today. A little bit more information on Rush Hour 4. So, um, Brett Ratner just directed a 40 million documentary on Melania Trump. So, that's that on that. That's how Rush Hour 4 is getting made because he just directed a $40 million documentary about Melania Trump. So between that and having Paramount already by the balls, Paramount/CBS already by the balls, that's it. It's not even 6 degrees of separation. It's 1 degree. The documentary is for Prime Studios. So we're getting 2 documentaries we don't want. Sean Combs and Melania Trump, and we're getting a Rush Hour 4 that we also don't want. Yes, Melania, the mail order bride. $40 million documentary about Melania Trump. I was like, "What? Where? Why?" $40 million documentary. I I don't even know what to say to that. I really don't. $40 million. Ken Burns' 12-hour documentary on the American Revolution was $30 million. 12 hours. 12 hours. $30 million. We're getting a Melania Trump documentary that cost $40 million. How many hours? Rhetorical question, I don't know. The documentary hasn't been announced yet, insofar as I could tell. How many hours of fucking talking about Melania goddamn Trump have they put together? like, the whole revolution. I mean, obviously, it accounts for hundreds of hours of actually working on the documentary, but the end result is 12 hours, a six-part, 12-hour documentary, 30,000,000. Melania Trump Melania Trump, 40,000,000? Oh, God. It's called Melania, and it's coming out next year. An intimate chronicle offers a rare glimpse into the life of Melania Trump, exploring her role as First Lady and her relationship with the former president. Wait, what? Let me take a screenshot right now in case this changes in the future. But that's what the description says. An intimate chronicle offers a rare glimpse into the life of Melania Trump, exploring her role as First Lady and her relationship with the former president. It's coming out January 30th, 2026. Director Brett Ratner. It hasn't come out yet, but for some reason it already has a 5.4 rating on IMDb. When was this? Let me look it up. Let me look at some things. Okay, documentary. It's rated PG, of course. Amazon MGM Studios, New Element Media, Rat Pack. That's Brett Ratner's. Budget 40,000,000. This is crazy. Coming to a theater near you this January. Let's see, when was this actually filmed or compiled? Melania is the executive producer. So yeah, all of this was done before Donald was reelected. And apparently it was her idea. It was her idea to make a documentary about herself, detailing her very busy life, her day-to-day life, and the responsibilities that she has, her role on his transition team to moving into the White House, packing, establishing her team, what it takes to hire the people you need to make a residence a home. What it takes to hire the people you need to make a residence a home. So, yeah, I don't know how much it cost to make it, but it was purchased by Bezos for 40 million. Jesus Christ. And now we're getting another Rush Hour film. Unreal. Something like "I Don't Care, Do You?" or something, I don't even know. Total trash. Total trash. But that's the trash we're getting. Jesus Christ, these people are so pathetic. I've decided I need to make a documentary about me. Me, 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 me. She said, "I told my agent I have this idea, so please, go out and make a deal for me." God, these people are so fucking pathetic. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So there is I know I'm kind of switching here because fuck these people. Fuck these people. There's a new report from ABC 7 in California, which is the Los Angeles Police Department, saying that Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body was not decapitated. That it was partially dismembered, but it was not decapitated. And they confirmed that they did put a security hold on um, the Emmy file for the case. But she was not decapitated. She was partially dismembered. So that's updating and correcting what I said earlier. Kash Patel is back in the news with his 3D printed ghost guns. I didn't think we'd see that in the news ever again. I'm not sure exactly why this is coming back up again in the news as if it just happened, because I haven't seen any additional relevant information. But all of a sudden, this is being pushed back to the forefront of the news again, like it has just been discovered. Weird. Oh, the Associated Press has apparently come across some new information. They found I guess, the design plans, the 3D design plans for the actual gun that he printed and gave out to New Zealand law enforcement officials. Okay, that explains why it's back in the news, because I was like, "I don't get it. I don't get it." They need to fire his ass. Anyway. No, turns out the AP has just been continuously working on the case or working on the story, and that's what they have come up with. Because we never did see I don't believe, maybe chat remembers differently, but I don't believe we ever saw photos of the guns. We just read very detailed descriptions of them, and that they had to be destroyed. So I'm not sure who they got the design plans from, whether it was from the FBI or somebody else, but they have the actual design plans, even though they're not showing it. I hate when news outlets do that. Show the fucking thing. Oh, we're just gonna tell you what we have, and we're gonna describe it to you. They were revolvers inspired by toy Nerf guns and popular among 3D printed weapons hobbyists. It's a Maverick PG-22, a working revolver modeled on the brightly colored Nerf toy gun of the same name. Dude is so Cash Patel is fucking bizarre, bro. The top men of Valhalla, this administration. They said dismemberment. So dismemberment in this context only has one meaning, which this is a unnatural separation of body parts. Dude is trash. He is so fucking trash. And the shit that he be on is crazy. He was at F1 kicking it with his big old, private plane paid for by taxpayers, private security paid for by taxpayers. He's got the SWAT team following his fucking girlfriend around the country as she tries to become a famous country singer. He's just a fucking clown. There were a bunch of pictures that popped up over the weekend of him sitting in a Lego Cadillac and at F1, and I was like, no. No, that's Photoshop. I do not believe. No, it's true. No, it's true. All he does is kick it on the government's dime. That's all Cash Patel does, is kick it on the government's dime. Show up to press conferences always wearing a fucking FBI jacket like a fucking dweeb and never blink. That's what he does. You're welcome. It's just Him and the deputy director of the FBI, crazy eyes. Crazy eyes, conspiracy theorists. It's I just can't even imagine what it would be like to be a career civil servant and then have a chaos agent be installed as the head of your agency. None of them now, mind you, I'm the one who made a video saying that they are all perfectly qualified for the jobs that they have been nominated for or appointed to, because they are. They are perfectly qualified, not not to the positions per se, but to the task of why they were appointed. They're all qualified for the task of why they were appointed. None is qualified for the actual job. Not a fucking one. Nobody. Nobody. Pam Bondi actually fixed her fucking face yesterday to say that amongst current US attorneys across the country, Lindsay Halligan is the most respected. What? With a straight face, you said that shit? Indignation in your voice, you said that shit? You people are a fucking joke. When every single statement that you make is the most extreme, people are not going to believe you. They're going to stop listening to you. And that's the exact clusterfuck that they find themselves in right now. Nobody believes a fucking thing Pam Bondi says. Nobody. It doesn't matter your political ideology. Nobody believes her. She has no integrity whatsoever. No. 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 That's like saying Diddy is the best rapper, and all the rappers agree. No. No, lady. No. That's not how it goes. And then there's this. I refuse to listen to a woman who got a dictionary cited at her twice. Twice. Bitch is dumb. So dumb. This is facts. They all stay trying to speak their lies into existence. Yes. Very true. So it's so disturbing because we've never seen an FBI director who is so outside all the fucking time in just places where why are you there? Why are you there? The FBI is, as a counter and keep the F1 safe and terrorism. Okay, but why are you there? Why are you there in the paddock running around like a fucking tourist? Jesus Christ. Yeah. So there's that. Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. Why do we know what his fucking girlfriend looks like? This is like Bill Belichick. I don't want to know these things. Why is somebody actually putting together a Bill Belichick documentary about him and his fucking girlfriend? People are just pathetic. And the things that people focus on could not be more irrelevant. I don't give a fuck about Bill Belichick and his midlife fucking crisis. I don't care. It's the without losing their integrity piece, right? People who don't value integrity to begin with don't believe that it's something that can actually be lost or gained or have any, net impact on their life. And they are fucking around and finding out that that is not true. That there comes a point in time where people start to look at you funny, number one, and number two, just block out any of the bullshit that you say coming out of your mouth. Just block it out. So that's what they're going through. And, that's what we need to have happen. We need people to start looking at them sideways and going, this don't make no sense. Oh no, I hear the words coming out your mouth, but they don't match the situation. This don't make no sense. I think you're full of shit. Yeah, they don't fucking get it. They really don't fucking get it. Mm, mm, mm. So we'll see how long he lasts. He can't last that long. I just really don't think he has the fortitude to last that long. And the more unethical shit that he does, the greater the likelihood that eventually he's going to cause either such a scandal or such a fuck up that he's gonna get booted. And he's an easy one to boot. He's a very easy one to boot. She is a fucking disgrace of a human being. I mean, they all are, but Christy is a fucking disgrace of a human being. And if anybody needs to be snatched up off the street and thrown in a fucking cage, it's her. I said what the fuck I said. Mark Rubio, too. They're just willfully violating thousands of people's constitutional rights and posting memes about it like it's funny. That bitch deserves to be dragged down the street to the town square. She is a horrible, horrible, horrible fucking sadistic person. Sadistic. So, there's that. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care one iota. Not one little itty bit. I know that we already had our venting session last night about Joe Budden. But then I saw that Joe Budden said something else. Horrible. Stupid. And it kind of dovetails into the extreme nature of the current administration. But he said that checking the registry, you know which registry I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the gift registry. Checking the registry for a guy before you go on a date with him is Karen-like energy. Fair enough. He feels like women checking. Oh, Ish said it. Everything that I saw said Budden said it. But whether it was Budden or Ish, again, birds of a feather, every single person sitting in that on that stage is fucking trash. Definitely including Mark Lamont Hill, who was brought in to give them some sort of credibility and has only shown himself to be yet another bird. So they feel like it's Karen-like energy to check the registry to find out if somebody who you don't know, who you are gonna go on a date with, might be registered. That's Karen-like. What the fuck is wrong with these niggas? This is almost a rhetorical question. I'd still love to hear your thoughts. I'm sure I can come up with a why this works for them, okay? But maybe y'all can come up with it for me. Why are these men so committed to making excuses for or creating protections for sex offenders and abusers? As I do a background check on everybody. So, I've been saying that forever. I've been saying that forever. I will never, ever, ever. They said that checking the registry to see if a potential romantic partner is on it is Karen-like energy. Lil Lala says, "They hate women and girls and love abusers." Gavel. Gavel. They're protecting themselves. Sounds like abusers looking out for each other. Protecting themselves. Either they are themselves or they want to be cool with those who are. Sorry about your blood pressure. That's a good one, TQ. Guilty feet have no rhythm. It is the fucking sewer. The stanky, shitty, decrepit sewer. That's what the Joe Budden podcast is. Full stop. I'm sorry. I don't want to just die or be assaulted on a first date with somebody I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh, what? I'm supposed to give him a chance? Well, how do I even know that I'm giving him a chance if I don't know what he's done in the past? Joe Budden is so fucking decrepit. He is so fucking decrepit. A shifting of fate. Has anyone ran their names and their close friends, family? Because they just snitched on their circle. Right. Because where did this topic even come from? Where did this topic even come from? That just all out of the blue, a man decides to interject into the conversation. Hey, did y'all know that there are women out there that actually check the registry before they'll go on a date? What? So I don't know. I don't know what the context is because I don't watch that show. I only saw a clip of the comment. I didn't get any setup. I don't know if he saw a video on social media of a woman talking about it. I don't know. I don't know. It's in line with what was she wearing and she asked for it. I mean, these niggas are impossible. Sounds like something a band who is on the registry would say. For real. Employers check social media and other sources to ensure good character. I'm just supposed to make myself available to you because you have a cute profile picture and you chat good shit? No. No. Not only am I running your name, just generally, not just for the registry. If you have a criminal background, I want to know. Not only am I doing that, but if I do go out on a date with you, everybody in my circle knows where I am and they know who you are too. I gave them all the information. Mhm. No one close to them should feel safe, and that kind of opinion would keep me from going on a date with you. Those are the kind of men who wanna rationalize the charges or the conviction, right? They wanna rationalize the charges or the conviction. She looked over 18. She seduced him. She was a willing participant. She this, she that. He don't even really deserve to be on that registry. Y'all niggas are sick. Sick. Well, first of all, she ain't have no business being there in the first place. She ain't have no business being there in the first place. She was nothing but a couch coochie. She was literally the thought in the room, a total token. But yeah, you tell me that you don't think that it's fair for women to do that, or that we don't really know the circumstances of the conviction. What the fuck else is there to know? I don't need to know anything else. Actually, I don't need to know anything else. But I'm not just gonna rely on some rando background check service. Where did you grow up? Where did you live? I'm going to that jurisdiction electronically and looking for information about you. Don't let documents be available online, baby. Imma download them. Imma read them. Imma pass them around, share them with my friends in the group chat. We gonna talk about it. I've dated people with a record. It's circumstantial. I will never date somebody who has been convicted of a sex crime. Never. If I'm dating you and I find out about it, it's over. That's it. End of discussion. And yet they feel entitled to know women's body counts and everything else. They feel entitled to everything else. Just pathetic. This is what I'm saying. My caution has kept me alive thus far. I will be as discriminatory as I see fit in my personal life. This too. Sexy crimes, not sex crimes. Big difference. Big difference between sexy crimes and sex crimes. Hello, beautiful. It changes everything. And I don't wanna know, I don't care. I don't wanna hear your story. I don't want your long drawn out explanation of the circumstances of what happened, because it actually, at that point, ceases to be about you. It ceases to be about you. it becomes about the person who survived you, and it also becomes about my survival. And not just my physical survival, my psychological survival, my emotional survival. I'm not taking on your shit. I'm just gonna have to be a little heartbroken Helen. Lick my wounds and then get the fuck over it and move the fuck on. But I'm not dating you. I'm not fucking you. We're not getting married. I'm definitely not dropping your fucking kid. Cough, cough. Nikki, cough, cough. That's a bar. Better to rely on FOIA than fuck around and find out. Yeah, no, because then I can just bow out peacefully. I don't even have to confront you with the shit. Especially if we're in early stages, which is what it would probably be, because I do try and do my due diligence regardless of your gender. So it would be early stages, and if I found something that I felt like was a huge red flag, I'm probably not going to ask you about it at all. I'm just gonna say that I don't feel like this is the love connection that either of us are looking for. Thank you, good luck, and I'm gonna move on. I don't need to confront you with shit. I don't need to spend a moment's more energy on the situation. I don't need to wag my finger. I don't need to do any of that shit. It's just not working out. Appreciate it. Take care. Best of luck to you. And then I'm done. And the manipulation of that kind of a statement, the absolute gaslighting, the absolute fucking gaslighting to tell a woman or to even think to put out the opinion that women who check men's backgrounds are Karens? You motherfucker. You motherfucker. And that goes to Fateless's comment earlier of, so who's the hit dog that's hollering in this situation? Because the added gaslighting nature of it seemingly isn't really necessary. You could just have a conversation on the topic itself without saying that's Karen energy. The prompt could just be, did you know that there are women out there that will check a registry or do a background check on a dude before they'll go on a date with him, and leave it there and then have a discussion about it. But the fact that he added on to it, oh, that's Karen. That's gaslighting. What are you trying to twist my mind away from so that I don't get associated with being somebody who overreacts and who does something harmful to people? Like, it's not Karen energy at all. It's nowhere near fucking Karen energy to check and make sure that your date is not a convicted fucking rapist or convicted killer, for that matter, or theft or robbery or burglary or fraud. These are the things that are going to make me say it's not going to work. It's not going to work out between us. Like Nicki Minaj hugging up on her brother and paying for his defense. Your brother's a child rapist. I don't need to know the backstory. I don't care. And then there's also this. Any man who thinks they can lecture me or judge me on what I decide to do to remain safe can kiss my ass. Metaphorically speaking, because if you get too close to me, Imma tase you. Just so we're clear. Joe Budden, Imma tase you. Stay the fuck away from me. Um, but this also reminds me of the guy, I don't know if you all have seen this floating around on social media. There is a very pathetic young white man who posted a couple days, thank you, old school Gemini, for the support. I appreciate you. There's a guy who posted a video on social media in the past couple days. It's a public service announcement to women hiking alone. And I'm gonna see if you can determine what word, okay? It's been a while since we've had a pop quiz, y'all. We got a pop quiz. I'm gonna see if you can determine what word, okay, in his PSA made me say, "Oh, this actually isn't a PSA." But here's what he said. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm gonna use the word that he used. So he said, "Public service announcement to women. If you are out hiking on a trail and you see a single man, maybe just say hi when he says hi to you." Now, what word in that do you think made me go, "This motherfucker doesn't give a shit about women's safety and is a misogynistic piece of shit." Single. 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 So you ain't fucking nobody right now, is what you're saying. You're already feeling super fucking sensitive because you're alone and not in a relationship. You clearly have opinions towards women and you have no situational awareness whatsoever. Because you're on that trail as a single happening guy, right? She's on that trail with 6 different weapons you can't see, just hoping she doesn't die, trying to get in her good heart health exercise. A single guy. Maybe just say hi when he says hi to you instead of making it all weird. And he's got that very Rory, like, about him, not as pronounced, definitely not as pronounced, much more subtle. But at the end of it, it's very much just like a women, am I right? And then he tried to come back and be like, "Hey, just so y'all know, I get it. Okay, I understand it's not safe out there for women and that women get attacked and da 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 da." It's like, too late. Stop talking. Too late. Stop talking. Words have specific meanings for a reason, and you fucked up in your first statement when you said, when you see a single guy, that's where you fucked up. You made your intentions perfectly clear. You are pissed off at women for not engaging with you in a circumstance where they could die because you're already pissed off at women because nobody's fucking you right now. Probably hasn't fucked you for a while because you are kind of a fucking dick. Same energy as the Joe Budden podcast. Same energy. I'm a nice guy. I'm one of the good ones. Ladies, I get it. You don't fucking get it. You don't fucking get it. I've also seen a rise in men posting videos saying, "Women, I owe you an apology. I owe you an apology. I didn't get it before. I get it now. I get it now. A woman just approached me and blah, 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 blah." Or a woman, walking by on the street told me to smile. And then they're like, "I get it now." No, you don't get it. No, you don't get it. You are 6'3", 260 pounds. You can be annoyed and have the agency to be annoyed, and she can't do shit about it. We, on the other hand, could die because we rejected a man, because we said, "Don't approach me." We could die. So, no, you don't get it. You don't get it. You didn't even really suffer any kind of inconvenience. She didn't touch you. She didn't block your pathway. She didn't follow you for a block. She didn't call you a fucking bitch at the end of the block and throw her coffee at you. She came up to you when you preferred to be alone and she asked you for your phone number. She passed by when you were in a bad mood and said, "Cheer up, smile." It's not the same fucking thing. You don't understand a goddamn thing. But it has become a trend and it's gross. Barf. I don't like it. Talk about performative bullshit. Talk about performative bullshit. And any man who would post some shit like that and then try and talk to me, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. You're performing solidarity with women for clicks and likes, and I'm supposed to go out on a date with you? This cannot be a serious request. There's no possible way. There's no possible way because you're not a serious fucking person. If you are gonna turn the violence into women, you're gonna take the violence against women and turn it into I get it, content. I understand now. I understand now. No, you don't. No, you don't. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you. I mean, yes, I think it can be grasped, actually. Let me correct myself. I think it can be grasped on an intellectual level. Um, but we are experiencing opposite sides of society, right? And opposite sides of gender and gender norms and gender conformity. And the assumptions that men make when they look at us on the street are pretty brazen. Pretty brazen. The deal is already done. He's already made the money. This is a this is a an interesting question for the chat. I'm gonna come back to it in a minute, but I'm gonna pose a specific question to the chat once we finish talking about Trail Dude and the assumptions that are made about women and safety. I Afro Butterfly says, "I get frustrated that men can understand racism and unsafe scenarios there, but not sexism and unsafe scenarios there. The principle is not hard to extrapolate." And I think that's where male ego plays a huge role, right? Because they want us to judge them by what they believe that they know about themselves. Beloved, I don't know you. So when you've got men who are like, "I'm a good guy." Well, I don't know that. And then you've got men who are like, "I've never hit a woman. I've never been to jail. I don't drink and drive. I've never blah, 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 blah." That doesn't mean that you are good in a relationship. That does not mean that. But for some men, the way that they are conditioned to think is kind of like that check the box list. And once you've checked all those boxes, then you will be desirable to a woman. And when that doesn't happen, they're like, "Well, I did everything that I was supposed to do. What the fuck is wrong with these women? Why can't they see that I'm a good guy?" That's not your judgment to make when it comes to a romantic relationship. It's also not a fixed state. It's also not a fixed state. We all know at least one person, a man, right, who has had a terrible relationship and has also had a very successful relationship. And the terrible relationship was not all her doing, and the great relationship wasn't all his doing either. So, it's more complicated than, "Let's put this, equation together of these, parts, and then at the end, the sum should be good man, who you want, who you recognize as not a danger, as desirable, as good." And that's where it's like that's when I'm like, "You all really don't get it. You don't get it." We are in between the boxes that you are checking. That's where we're looking. We're looking in between those boxes, behind them, under them. I mean, if you come up to me talking about I'm a good guy, that is the biggest red flag ever, because why do you need to declare it like that? Yeah, if you gotta come with the starting the starting disclaimer is, "Hey, I'm such and such, and I just, saw you sitting over here. I don't wanna bother you. I promise you I'm a good guy." Imma be like, "Okay, you're immature." I'm not gonna say that, but that's what I'm gonna be thinking in my head. If you have to say to me, "I'm a good guy," you're immature. If you think that that is the thing that's gonna make a woman go, "Oh, well, shit. Sit down. Here's my address. Here's my phone number. Here's my social security card. I got no problems. When are we getting married?" No, no. A shifting of fate. I've met nice cops, and that means nothing when I see red and blue lights. I like to think I'm a decent man. Women should still side eye me because they don't know me. Yep, that's right. Because they don't know me. Gender roles are often performative and aesthetic based. They make good window dressing, but aren't very substantial to build an identity around, nor do they make you a good partner. That is correct. That is correct. Yeah. Now, mind you, I really love when people are direct with me in public, if they feel like they wanna approach me. I appreciate the direct approach. Don't try and beat around the bush. Don't try and beat around the bush. Say what you said. Stand where you stood. Say what you said. You know? What you want. That's about it. So, and, that those are the ones that tend to work out the best, is when men come up and they are they're, I don't mean like obnoxiously polite, but very polite and respectful, but very direct. That'll work on me every time to a certain degree. And we will have a pre-date to the date to see if we wanna actually go on a date and spend that much time together. And I would often prefer to do that in person than over the phone or over text. Let's go have a drink. I don't do coffee dates, fuck that. If you don't drink, we'll figure out something else. But let's go have a drink and some appetizers, start to swap the particulars, and just chit chat, and then, we'll split the bill. And by the end of that, it should be pretty clear about whether or not you actually wanna have a whole date with me and whether or not I want to have a whole date with you and take the conversation to a different place. And I've never had that kind of approach go bad. Even when it's, we're not going to see each other again. We're actually not gonna go on a date because we've just sat here, kikied, had some nice little drinks, talked, and been really kind of initially really honest in where you're from, what you're looking for, what you like, what you don't like, da 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 da, and then you can get a sense, and it's no harm, no foul. It's just like, especially don't let me come across a man who's like, I still want kids of my own. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Let's finish up our little appetizers, our little drinky drink. We gonna have a good time. We're gonna be good company to each other, but I'm not the one for you. And you're gonna know that by the end of the night, because I'm gonna be perfectly candid with, oh no, baby, my baby's is grown. I'm not starting over for anybody. I don't care how much I love you. I'm not doing that again. That's insane. But I want you to have that. Go find it. Go find it. Yep, not every woman is looking for the same thing. Not every woman is looking for a man. I've got very good suitors, you know. Yes. And I'm perfectly content with that. I've been content with that for a while. And I was thinking last night because I was talking to one particular suitor who actually was was trying to figure out if we are formally in a relationship. And they were like, I just want to check because I think that we are. And I was like, oh no, we're not. And they were like, oh, oh, okay. We're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not in a relationship. And they weren't upset. They weren't upset. They were more of the like, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about, the time we've spent, places we've gone, things that we've done, et cetera, et cetera. Um, and did we fall into like did we fall into actually being a couple? And I was like, oh no. No, that's not what happened. We definitely have not fallen into right. Well, all the time, right? All the time. So yes, again, men in their boxes. Like I've asked her out several times. She said yes. We've gone here. We've done this. It's all been good. We've had fleshly conversations. That's been great. Did we? I've spent the night. She's spent the night. Check all the boxes. Did we fall into a relationship? I'm like, no. No, no, that's not what happened. Well, it does. It does happen. It does happen. Whether it's a friend that turns into something more, or somebody who you're casually dating, and then you just start see more and more, and then you look up one day and you realize, oh, we're in a relationship. We're in a relationship, and then the conversation is, are we exclusive, or like what are we doing? And yeah, but I was like, oh, no need to be concerned about that. No, we're not. We're not in a relationship. They took it very well. They took it very well. Basically, A plus B, C, D, E, F equals G. And then here I come. No. No, 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 no. I mean, yes, but no. Oh, baby, this is a whole fact. This is a whole fact. And that's so sweet. That's true. That's very true. I wouldn't even know if somebody said that to me. I wouldn't even know what to say. I wouldn't even know what to do with myself. You see what my initial reaction was to being asked for clarification, because that's really what it was. It wasn't like they were trying to be slick, they were really like, I just feel like in case I'm missing something, I need to get clarification right now in case you think that we are, because we could be. I was like, we're not. How long has this been going on? A long time. It's always better to clarify. It's always better to clarify. And I'm an honest person as well, because when I am in a committed relationship, I'm not seeing other people, and neither are you. Okay? When I'm in a committed relationship, it's just you and me. So, indicator number 1 for me on my side that I'm definitely not in a committed relationship, or not, gearing gearing up to be in one, is that, so anyway, horizontal tango does not automatically equal girlfriend. None of it does. None of it does. Dinners, going to games, movies, whatever the thing is, none of those things automatically equal we're in a partnership now. So, yeah. Me? Overshare? Here? Never. Never. If you tell me that I'm oversharing, you go spoil it for the whole chat, because I'll reel it all the way back. I won't say shit about nothing. We'll never have another after dark ever. Ever, ever, ever. Is it cringy? Is it cringy? Let me stop. Oh, it was you. Okay, 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 okay. Got it, got it, got it. Furry B production stuff. Nah, nah. Hold on, hold on. I got it. I got it. Okay, I got it. A shifting of fate. You do make me feel chronically single, but that is my own fault. I am single. Don't pay that opinion no attention. Keep sharing. You ain't taking away my stories. I know that's right. Glasses is off. We all know what time it is. I know that's right. You are killing me, K Sharp. My girlfriend is single too. I get it. Oh gosh. I'm gonna tell them that so that they can use that line. Oh gosh. It's so good to see you, beautiful. And thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Haven't seen you in a little bit. It's good to see you. I mean, I definitely think about it. I definitely think about, God, do I like want to live with somebody, wake up next to somebody every single day? I'm a firm believer in having more than one bedroom, first of all, because I think that that's healthy. Um, yeah, I for sure think about it, and maybe at some point in time I will change my mind. So I've got a eyelash in my tickling my eyeball. Um, but for now, I don't. I don't. I've done it before, long term. Um, and obviously relationships take work as they should. Um, and yeah, I just have not um found anybody at this current stage of life where I'm like, yeah, that is the person that I would do that for. Um, but I'm not closed off to it either. I'm just not one of those people who goes out looking for a partner. I'm just not that kind of a person. And maybe that will change at some point in time where I'm like, no, I want to find somebody. But I've never been one of those people who's like, I'm gonna go on the dating apps or I'm gonna yeah, I'm just not one of those people. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're definitely gonna have to have our own spaces if we're living together. We're gonna have to have our own spaces. My last partner had a very difficult time with that. They did not understand. They did not understand. But it's not complicated. Kitty is around. He is around. This is true. It's an interesting analogy, but I'm gonna say it's a good one. In my opinion, marriages are like sniper shots. I'll only take it if all conditions are go. Otherwise, the gun going back in the bag. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, going through your first adult breakup in this conversation is actually so nice. I'm sorry, that can be really hard, really challenging. But yeah, I am a proponent of be with yourself. Be with yourself. And it's okay to be with yourself. And it's okay to take your time. And it's okay to separate from people. Even when the person doesn't see what the problem is, or even when other people in your life are screaming at you, "He's a good man, Savannah." That I don't you're not the one marrying him. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have the energy for that. I really don't have the energy for going out and looking. Um, but there are places that I can go. There are very specific places where I can go, and I'm almost guaranteed to be approached by a man in a way that is respectful. So, I mean, depending on, whether I'm there either with myself or me and my homegirls, or obviously if I'm there looking like I'm booed up with somebody, nobody's gonna come up to me. But if I'm there by myself or I'm just with my girlfriends, one of us is getting chatted to. One of us is getting chatted to. Typically in a respectful, you know, really kind of quiet way, and then they move on about their business, which is great. Don't make a scene, don't make it a big deal. It's just happenstance that we're both here, you're shooting your shot, mad respect, and either yes or no. Basically, either yes or no. And then there's that. Cry in that pillow and don't let them see you sweat. Like, it happens. And then there's the practicality of it, right? And the contentment of it. The contentment of it. Of, you're not looking for somebody to complete you. You're not looking for somebody to make you happy. You're not looking for somebody, who makes you feel joy. Who is going to be your partner, your strategic partner, who you have complete solidarity with, who you are going to, as lovingly as possible, navigate this life with. Those are the most powerful and the strongest relationships, is when it's, I'm on your team. I'm on your team. I've got some exes who I'm still on their team. And then I've got some exes who I'm definitely not on their team. But I've got some exes who I'm still on their team. 2 in particular, 3 actually. 3 in particular who I've told them that if something were to happen to them and I felt like their partner wasn't doing what they needed to do to take care of them, I would interject myself into the situation to have a conversation, because you are not about to fucking play with this person's life. And they could call me tomorrow in a crisis and say, "I need you." I'm there. I'm there. I'm still on your team. I still care about what happens to you. And if something is wrong, we're getting old, so I tend to think of health things, right? If something is wrong, then and you need help, and you're thinking of me as the person who can help you, Imma help you. No questions asked. Whoever you're currently with, if anybody, they better be a fucking adult. They better be big grown, because here I come. I don't want you. I'm not trying to get back together with you. I probably broke up with you for something that you did, but I'm still on your team. I'm still on your team. Well, that's what you get for being fine out there in the world. What do you want women to do? This is hilarious. My current husband? Have you ever heard me talk about, first of all, my current husband? That's interesting word choice right there. Okay. Have you ever heard me say at any point in time, have you ever heard me mention a husband? A current husband at that? Ever? And what about him? Let's say they exist. What about him? Do you mean in the scenario of me going to help somebody else and I'm married? I married an adult. If I married an adult who is not concerned about me going and helping somebody who I used to be with. So that's a non-issue. My 3 husbands and 5 wives, for your information. You assumed that I'm married? This is fascinating. Current was doing a whole lot of work. This is so interesting. Also, yeah, why it gotta be a husband. But I'm okay, here we go. Go ahead, chat. Aside from me just saying a few minutes ago what my relationship status was, what was your assumption of my relationship status? How interesting. I'm dead. That's witty. Oh, that's sweet. Of course. I don't know why this makes me laugh so hard. I know we're not supposed to read tone in asynchronistic written communication, but this single is so fucking deadpan to me, I'm dead. Thank you. I thought you were single. I thought you said you were married on Halloween. No, I definitely didn't say that. I said that I was occupied on Halloween. I definitely said that I would be stripping. I definitely said that, but I never mentioned at a husband. Comfortably and confidently single. Single and mingling. Assumed I'm poly. With current lovers as you see fit. I just thought you were taken. The more I listen to you, the more I understand why you're not married. Oh, really? You tell me why it is that you think I'm not married. This is fascinating. This is hilarious. Your air of stability gives the idea that you do what responsible adults do, get married. Fuck you, Fateless. Respectfully, a happy spinster who has a nice set of merry-go-round horses. Whee! Grown with business. Thought I had a significant other, but not married. There was a lot of other stuff said on Halloween. Yes, sir. Yes, there was. Marshall Irons. I assumed number 1, cat mom. Number 2, none of my business. And you would have brought it up if it mattered. Right. If you were secretly married after all this time, I would feel betrayed in a way. I Totally understand. I totally understand. It is hilarious. It is. Kiki. He got yeeted? Why did he get yeeted? If you were secretly married, I'd assume it was for health insurance and nothing else. Oh my gosh. Y'all yeeted him? I really wanted to know what he said. Okay, you unyeeted him, but he on thin ice. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are sweet and protective, and I appreciate it. If you're still there, you've been brought back to the chat, and I want to know. I want to know. You've been reverse yeeted. I want to know why you made that comment. The more I listen to you, the more I understand why you're not married. That makes sense. Why it makes sense you're not married. I'm super curious as to how it makes sense that I'm not married. This chat took a whole ass fucking left. My God. Spinster titties. Poly spinster titties. Hello, Alex. Alex says, I thought we were supposed to just enjoy the stories and not think anything otherwise because it ain't our business. Well, that's refreshing. That's really refreshing. Yeah. The chat, it's for real. I don't like your tone, Buster. You're out of here. Well, hello, Michael. Okay, he might not be able to come back until tomorrow. That is hilarious. The more I listen to you, the more I understand. And the more it makes sense that you're not married is wild. I mean, I can assign a lot of assumption to a statement like that, you know? Um, I haven't talked about this in a long, long, long time, but I was thinking about this, whether it was last night or the other night, as I was telling you, as I was having a conversation with somebody who was like, are we dating? And I was like, no. Um, I try to be as multifaceted as I can be in this frame on screen with you all, right? I'm not one of those people who blogs my life, takes the camera with me wherever I go. And so there are just some aspects of my life and personality that you are never going to see because I'm from a generation where I think that that is just weird and it makes me uncomfortable. And I'm just not one of those people and I'm not going to perform life for other people's entertainment. Um so the first thing that you have to understand is that even though I think you kind of get the gist of my personality, you only see a sliver of it circumstantially. Uh, there's absent in the world and then there's absent in a relationship. And this is one of the things that my former partners just love to cackle about, okay? Just love to cackle about because I can't tell you how many times a former partner has said the words, "Nobody would believe me, XYZ," in reference to me. Like, they're speaking for themselves and saying, like, "Nobody would believe me if I told them that you," meaning me, "XYZ." Nobody would believe that because all they see is your public persona, and they receive that and interpret that a very specific way. But ABSA in a relationship, baby, I'm the submissive one, believe it or not. I'm just a girl. That's me. That's me. That's me. Mhm. You wanna be a studly stud? You be a studly stud. I'm just a girl. You wanna be a manly man? Be a manly man. I'm just a fucking girl. I love it. Knock yourself out. Be that. Big strong man. Big strong stud. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I am the demure one. Now, in a flash of a flash, I will step up and change my persona as needed in any circumstance, period. But baby, yeah, I'm the demure one in a relationship. You're right. No one would believe you. So let's keep this between us. Yeah. So, but for men who see women as one thing or the other, right? One thing or the other. Abs. You got a husband. You don't look like you the type to have a husband. The only reason I don't have a husband is because he cheated. The only reason I don't have a wife is because she couldn't pull her shit together. For those who know, oh my god. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. That means a lot. Thank you. For the people who know, they know. For the people who know, they know. And for men who feel like they can just simply look at a woman and then that they have permission to sit there and speculate on her relationship status, on her sexuality, on what she does and doesn't like. I bet you, Apasa, Akacha. Hold on. Your name's just like mine. Let me get it. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. Absa. Absa, you got a husband? You got a husband, Absa? You don't really look like the type. You don't really look like the type to have a husband. No, I don't really look like the type that would make some bald-headed biscuit ass hoe like yourself my husband. That's the difference. Covenant breakers are the worst. They're the fucking worst. They are the fucking worst. And they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know because they would never be close enough to me to see just how submissive I actually am to anyone strong enough to hold my submission. That's how it works. Well, nope, not true. But I get why you say that, right? I get why you say that. But no. No, I definitely have time for a full-time relationship. I just don't have anyone compelling. Yeah, there's nobody in the rotation that is compelling for a full-time relationship or who wants that themselves, right? Nobody who's in the rotation is pressing me. So, there's that. But I would think that if I know actually, not I would think, I know because I've done this before. If I found somebody who I felt like this is a person that I want to be with, I will rearrange my life and my career and where I live to make it work. And I don't consider it to be a sacrifice or losing something. It's an adjustment to make space for something of greater priority. And I've done that before, and I would do it again. I would do it again. I'm not one of those people that is jaded off of relationships just because somebody else fucked up. I have fucked up in relationships before. It's been a long time. But we all fuck up in at least one relationship in some way, shape, or form. So, but I'm not jaded in that, I'm scared that my heart will be broken again. No, no, no. No, no, no. I am a cornball when it comes to love. A cornball. The corniest of cornballs when it comes to love. And I always will be. So, yeah. And if I do, wind up in a committed long-term relationship, that's not going to become content. I can guarantee you that. That's not going to become content. I don't have the energy for that. I don't have the energy to set up different angles to film us going someplace and film our dinner and then edit it after the fact and then do a voiceover of date night. Like, give me a fucking break. No, no, no. And there are people who do it every single day. Their whole life, their relationships, their everything is content, and I don't have the fucking energy for that. And that's not what a relationship is about. I don't give a fuck what people think about my relationship. Relationships are sacred and they should be protected. You should not expose them to everyone. That's not what they're for. So I would not do that. I would not do that. And if that person ever did come into, this online platform, it's something that would happen organically. It's something that would happen organically. Again, I'm old school and old fashioned, except for when it comes to sex in public places. There are certain exceptions that can be made circumstantially, but I'm old and old school. Um, yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna keep things private like. What? What? If you have never had sex outside of a roof and four walls, live a little before you die. Okay? When I said sex in public, I didn't mean like with an audience. Okay? I just meant sex somewhere other than a place that has a roof and four walls. That's all. I think there's an argument to be made. Quite honestly, I think there's an argument to be made. Also, keep in mind, you know, that I had children to raise, and not everybody is coming around my children. Okay? Not everybody's coming over to my home. Not everybody's meeting my children. Not everybody is staying the night in my home with my children. We gonna go somewhere else. We gonna go somewhere else for our little fun time. That's right. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. I, on the other hand, lost my virginity consensually at 15. And yeah, 14 or 15. 14 or 15, and was pregnant with my first kid by 17. I had 3 kids in my early 20s. And then I was single and fine. Okay? And since it is after dark, humble brag, I have a semi-insatiable sex appetite. So, who's surprised? Who's surprised? At this point in time, none of you should be surprised by that. Several times. I live in Washington State. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I live in Washington State. There is a patch of forest around the corner. There's a patch of forest around the corner. There's forests all over the place. There's dense green spaces all over the place. There's beautiful parks all over the place. There's some Japanese gardens here. A beautiful surrounding for some fun time. Little picnic basket. Mhm. Mhm. Lots of little corners you can tuck into. Ain't nobody gonna see you. Mhm. Yep. Yep. Oh, baby, the car? Yep. Yep. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm trying to think, when was the last time when was the last time I had sex outside of 4 walls and a roof? Oh god, this is terrible because I know the date. Because something happened on that day. Something happened on that day. Unless I'm forgetting something in the interim, which is distinctly possible that I could be forgetting something in the interim, but I know yes, I know exactly the date it was. No, I'm not gonna tell you the date, but it was 3 years ago, and it was nice. It was nice despite the fact that I did, in the midst of the situation, have a work crisis. I was on vacation. I was on vacation. Um, and I was in Washington State, and I was in a remote we were yes, we were in a remote part of Washington State, and we were having some fun time. And then, like, everything started blowing up. I had brought everything with me as a just in case, but really nothing should have been happening. And then one of my clients had a major breach, a major leak, and it hit the news, and it was just all of a sudden, and it was like, well, wrap it up. That was that was before my time. That was before my time. See, here you go. Without 4 whole walls, April 2025. And that's why I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting something that happened since that one time. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Don't worry. If I remember, I'll be sure to circle back and let y'all know. Actually, see, I am not the only one. What? Ow, 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 that hurts. Ow, 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 get your boy. Listen, you all know exactly what that boy was going for. He didn't get it either. He was going for the left ear. Hi, how you doing? Hmm? Such a good boy. Okay, thank you. Oh, let me see. Are your snackies around here? I don't think they are. I don't see them. I feel like I picked them up and then dropped them somewhere else, and I don't see them, Princey, so you're gonna have to wait. That's a great name for him. Daddy Fat Stacks. Big boy. Sir Princey. He is the sweetest boy. He sure is the sweetest boy. Mhm. Pretty much. He was like, "Let it be clear, I'm your man." And Princey definitely does think he is my man. He definitely thinks he is my man. There's nobody but us. Yeah. And my little lover cat. He's like, "Yep, I am." So funny. Such a funny boy. Let me see here. Just feel like just checking the news just in case anything is going on. But yeah, Buddy's saying the more I listen to you, the more it makes sense why you're not married. You don't know shit about women. So neither does anybody else who is going, you don't look like the type to. Women don't touch you. What are you talking about? You don't know anything about women. Okay, let's switch topics before I forget and before we end. I want to go back to Chris with K's comment about feeling conflicted about the Diddy or Sean Combs Reckoning series coming out. And your comment was, and I'm paraphrasing, but you can feel free to correct me. Um, your comment was basically that you are conflicted about whether or not to watch it because you're kind of curious, but you also don't want to support 50 Cent. So, chat, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Who wants to see it? And this is no judgment. Let's just be perfectly frank, okay? Be perfectly honest. It's okay. No judgment. Who wants to watch this? Who does have some curiosity to see who is in this and what it exactly is going to be about? And do you equate that to supporting 50 Cent? Because the money for this body of work has already been, the deal is already done, right? The benefit, the immediate monetary benefit to 50 Cent, that's already been paid, right? You could say that there is a residual benefit of if it is successful and it does get a lot of views, then it, potentially empowers him to make more things. But who wants to watch it? Who feels some kind of way, one way or the other? Who's just completely disinterested and not going to watch it? That's a good one. Okay, good. You're cool. The trial was enough. No, thank you. You ain't said nothing but a word. Me what? Ah, 1976. Me, you gonna watch it? Been there too. I will pass. No desire to see. Will watch clips that show up on the feed. Not gonna go out of your way to watch it. Not gonna watch it. Diddy trash. Don't want to see. Disinterested. Wait, what? I still haven't watched the Hulu Diddy miniseries with my own cousin in it. I'm fine. Way to bury the lead. Damn. I haven't watched that either. Hulu is trash, so I'm good. I'll wait for Cliff Notes. You want it to be handled with better hands. I feel that. Disinterested, but not just when it comes to Diddy. I feel that. Yeah, he's a shrewd businessman. I don't support his ass already. I've never watched a 50 Cent production of anything. Anything that he's done. None of his shows come close to interesting me. Don't have Netflix, not watching. Me yeah. Okay. I guess. Hate both of them. Definitely not watching. May watch a reaction to it. We don't want 50 to be supported. Yeah. Yeah. His cousin is a reenactment actor. Yeah, Netflix is a whole problem in and of its fucking self, let alone this. Curious about it. Yeah. Good night, beautiful. I didn't watch Surviving R. Kelly for a long time. For a long time. And I finally eventually felt compelled to watch it. And I can't really remember why, but I can safely say that at the very least, I felt like I needed to be aware because of everything that was coming up through the criminal investigation. Um, but I waited a long time. I had no desire and was felt pretty confident that I would never watch it. And I think that if this whole case situation hadn't come up, I probably wouldn't have. I mean, the for R. Kelly, I probably wouldn't have. But I wanted to understand the correlations of behavior, how things are investigated, how victims are treated, et cetera, across various cases. The Cosby situation, the Weinstein situation, the R. Kelly situation, and then the Diddy situation. But I waited a long time to watch Surviving R. Kelly. And it was illuminating. And it was disturbing. I would say more illuminating than disturbing because we basically already knew, whether we wanted to or not, the most horrible things that he had done. But I wanted to understand the insidious, my words, brainwashing and conditioning of women in R. Kelly's orbit who stay in his orbit because we see that with Tory Lanez and women in his orbit, and we see it with Diddy and women in his orbit who are just like, "Well, he took me to the Met Gala and changed my whole life, so I don't really see the problem. I don't think he's a threat to anybody." Ho, is you okay? But yeah, I waited a long time. So, that's a great question. Can we pay Kiki to watch and summarize it if and only if she wants to, though? Yeah, I don't know what it is about Kiki, but Kiki can watch some of the most cringy, torturous shit on the internet, react to it, and when I watch that, it's a delightful time. I have a totally delightful time watching Kiki and listening to Kiki, you know, Kiki's thoughts and reactions to whatever the hell is happening on screen. Okay? Ain't nothing like a good if and only if. So we'll see. I mean, unfortunately, it is coming out. Unfortunately, there are going to be clips all over the internet and think pieces, and it's going to be insufferable. But I'm glad that it is happening in this tight window, because I think that people ultimately, unless there is something just so bombshell, like it would literally have to tie into Epstein for it to get new legs and become like relevant and something that we talk about a week after it's aired. I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't know if they're going to put the whole thing up at once or if they're going to trot it out week after week for 4 weeks. We don't know that yet. So we'll see. If they put it all up at once, nobody's going to be talking about it at the beginning of the year, let alone leading up to Christmas. People will have moved on and there's too much going on and it's sensational. There's too much real shit going on that has real material impact that people are focused on. So if they drop it all at once, it'll be gone from people's minds and from the news cycle pretty quickly. If they do the drip, 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 no pun intended, which would be awful because that means that we got to go through the fucking holiday. We got to go through Christmas with this on the timeline. I don't want I don't want this on my timeline leading up to Christmas. I don't want that. So, so, all right. Well, it is late. I've got to go do a bunch of shit. Um, this was an interesting live. We definitely started one place, took a nice little detour, and ended somewhere else. So thank you for making it fun and funny. Um, and thank you for all of the support for people leaving stickers and super chats. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it is sounding like there's probably going to be a verdict tomorrow. Um, Closing arguments are finishing up tomorrow morning. Then they go through jury instructions, which is a pamphlet. It is a pamphlet of information that the judge has to go through, and then they get into jury deliberation, and it really should not take them very long to decide about this case. I maintain my position, which is that I do not think that this is a slam dunk. Megan is going to win situation, especially since in the 11th hour, the judge has reversed her ruling that Milagro is not a media person, that she's not a reporter. She has reversed that decision. That would have put Megan ahead by miles. By miles. The judge has reversed that and said, let's see what the jury thinks, and I will weigh in after. It's bizarre, but it's not good for that does not bode well for Megan. And I think there are a lot of things based on Megan, the reporter's reporting and other people's reporting. I think there are a lot of things that have not gone well for Megan Thee Stallion every single day of this trial. And I do not think that it is a slam dunk that she is going to be victorious in this case. But I hope that we find out tomorrow. And if we do find out tomorrow, I will go live and we will talk about it. Regardless of what the verdict is, we'll talk about it and the implications of it. Because if she wins, even one count, great. If the jury says there's no there across the board, this could potentially become a huge problem. Because it will embolden people. It will embolden people. So, fingers crossed for a just outcome, but her lawyers have fucked up every single day of the trial. And that's truly, truly unfortunate. I don't know how they let that happen, but they did. So we'll find out together. I hope you have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are watching this, whatever time it is. I appreciate you all, and I will see you very soon. Peace.